3 weeks ago, I took delivery of the Dell XPS 17 9700 that I purchased with my own money. When Dell announced it earlier this year, along with the Dell XPS 15, I was excited. I was more excited about the 17-inch version because we haven't seen that in about 10 years on the XPS line. So when I took delivery of it about 3 weeks ago, I was really excited about it. And it really has lived up to the hype and to the billing because it has a gorgeous UHD Plus 17-inch display that is absolutely stunning. I absolutely love the display on this. I like the processor they're using, the Core i7-10875H, an 8-core processor. It also will be coming with a Core i9 very soon. I also like the fact that it has some excellent build quality and premium looks, because this is indeed the flagship for the XPS line. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the Dell XPS 17 9700 here for 2020. Coming up. Want to see more videos like this? Why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell. This way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. It's on those platforms I post a lot of the updates. And why not check out our new Discord server? It's a great place for us to hang out and talk tech. Link will be in the description below. And today's video is brought to you by all the members who contributed this month to the channel. Want to become a member? Hit that join button below. And in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by Dell, I'm not being sponsored by Dell. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is seeing this video before its release. This unit was provided by Dell. Once this review is done, I'll be sending it back. Now, right now, Dell is running some sales over at Dell.com. Not the biggest sale, but it definitely helps when you're buying these laptops. It now has a starting price of $1449, which nets you a Core i5, a Full HD Plus display, of course, a non-touch display. Now, I have the Dell XPS 17 with that beautiful UHD Plus display with the resolution of 3840 by 2400. It also has a terabyte of SSD storage, 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and that one comes in at $3,049. That's actually a little bit off of its initial asking price as well. Yes, that is a hefty price to pay, but this is a premium flagship laptop. Let's not forget that. And it does compete with the likes of the Apple MacBook Pro 16, which is priced in a very similar manner. Now, what we're looking at here is an excellent premium build and construction. Now, this is a very high-end laptop, although not the lightest when you do go with that UHD Plus display, coming in at 5.53 pounds or 2.51 kilograms. Of course, the non-touch will come in at a lower weight. Now, this consumer laptop has the same chassis as its professional sibling, the Dell Precision 5750. One big difference, of course, is that Titan gray color, a darker color than what you get on this consumer offering. They are the same size, and they both enjoy the same vapor chamber cooling. We'll get into that a little bit later. And here it is next to the Apple MacBook Pro 16. Very similar footprint, although the Dell, of course, has that 17-inch display. And here it is with its smaller sibling, the Dell XPS 15 9500, same keyboard, same touchpad layout, although of course the XPS 17 has that bigger display. Now, if you watch my unboxing video, you know that I purchased that unit and it didn't have any issues as far as a loose touchpad or inadvertent clicks on that touchpad, so it didn't experience any of those issues. The review unit that Dell sent me doesn't experience those issues either. So that's a good sign that maybe they've corrected a lot of the issues plaguing the XPS 15 and perhaps the 17 as well. While it still employs a carbon fiber deck on the inside, which used to be a major fingerprint magnet, the coating seems to be better on this model as well as the XPS 15, allowing for less fingerprints, although they are still noticeable, not quite as bad in past models. I went over the ports in my unboxing video, but for those that didn't see it, on the left side is a Kensington lock port, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. Moving over to the right side, 2 more Thunderbolt 3 ports, a full-size SD card reader, and a 3.5mm audio jack. Now, the missing ports, of course, are given to you in a dongle, an HDMI port, and a USB-A port. Nice touch, something that Apple doesn't do with its MacBook Pro 16. Now, as far as the internals and user upgradability, it's easy to get into this laptop. Inside, you have 2 RAM slots for you to upgrade, which is good. 2 M.2 SSD slots for you to upgrade the storage. That's also really good. It has killer Wi-Fi 6 with a Bluetooth 5 combo that's soldered into the motherboard, so you won't be able to upgrade that, although you get some really good uploads, downloads, and strong connections on both fronts. And just like the XPS 15 I recently reviewed, this has a really nice keyboard, good key travel, good tactile feedback, really comfortable for extended periods of typing. It also is a pretty sturdy keyboard with a multi-stage backlight, allowing you to get work done in a dark room and a dimly lit environment. And it has a really nice oversized glass touchpad, really responsive, two-finger scrolling working really well, and of course all your Windows 10 gestures are working as advertised. Really excellent implementation here. Okay, let's talk about what I consider the star of the show. It's gorgeous 17-inch UHD Plus display with a resolution of 3840 by 2400. That translates into, of course, a 16:10 aspect ratio, which is my preferred aspect ratio for getting work done, as well as consuming media. It's a nice blend between the two. It has some really deep black, some really excellent contrast, excellent color accuracy, and it covers the color gamut really well. 100% sRGB, 99% Adobe RGB, 91% of the P3 wide color gamut, 96% NTSC, making this a great choice for content creators to do Lightroom, Photoshop, and of course, video editing. And just like the XPS 13 and 15, this has 4 equal bezels all around, giving off a very sleek and modern look. And at 526 nits, this is one of the best displays out there when it comes to brightness, good for both indoor and outdoor use. Simply superb. And as you can see, not too many reflections or glare, which is excellent. It also has excellent viewing angles. So this is the front-facing camera on the Dell XPS 17 9700 here for 2020. And it's a 720p, 30 frames per second webcam. Good for Skype, good for Zoom, good for your work from home needs during this pandemic. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's terrible. I wouldn't say it's good. It's sort of just okay, I guess. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comments section below. Now, this system comes with 4 speakers, 2 2.5 watt speakers and 2 1.5 watt tweeters, giving off some of the best sounds I've heard on a Windows laptop. Still not quite as good as the MacBook Pro 16. Let's give it a listen and a comparison between the two.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Dell Precision 5750, all new for 2020. Coming up. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Dell Precision 5750, all new for 2020. Coming up.
Okay, let's talk about the performance and really good benchmarks here. This has the Core i7-10875H. That's an 8-core processor, a 10th gen processor from Intel, 32 gigabytes of RAM. It also has a dedicated GPU, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 with Max-Q design. And as you can see from the numbers, really good not only for everyday use, but to do things like video editing and, of course, to play games. Now, when it comes to gaming, as you can see, I think the sweet spot is the high settings, 1080p, getting very playable frame rates with some of the more popular titles. Again, this is not a dedicated gaming laptop, but of course, if you want to connect to an external GPU, you can. That's because this has 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, so that is an option. But again, as a gaming laptop, this is pretty capable, as you can see. Now, as I mentioned in previous live streams on my channel and in my unboxing video for this laptop, this employs vapor chamber cooling. And on theory, it's actually been pretty good. It works actually okay, although Dell has traditionally let their laptops run pretty hot. I've seen temperatures get as high as 99 degrees Celsius. The good news is it maintains a good clock rate. What I've noticed is when I ran my Prime 95 stress test on this under the performance mode, the CPU would clock between 2.9 and 3.1 gigahertz, where the CPU core temperature would be 99 degrees Celsius and the GPU core would be about 58 degrees Celsius. Now, when you ran a different test, such as the Witcher 3 gaming test, which is a little bit more indicative of what you're going to do when you're gaming, a little bit more realistic, I saw the CPU would clock around 4.6 gigahertz. Core temperature of the CPU would be around 72 degrees Celsius, GPU 62 degrees Celsius. Now, when the system is idle, I noticed temperatures of 42 degrees Celsius as far as the CPU, 40 degrees Celsius for the GPU. Bottom line, the system runs hot, although you won't see too much thermal throttling as it maintains good performance even under heavy load. The Dell XPS 17 has a 97 watt-hour battery. It's a 6-cell battery, and it did 9 hours and 35 minutes on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits, being outlasted by the Dell XPS 15 and the Apple MacBook Pro 16. But it actually is a very respectable 9 hours and 35 minutes as far as a 17-inch laptop is concerned. Now, they do supply you with a 130-watt power adapter, which took just under 2 hours to give you a full charge, which is pretty good. Now, there is an issue of battery drain in some of the early units with the Dell XPS 17. I did experience that with my initial unit that I did ultimately send back. My review unit didn't really experience this too much. Now, this will only affect a very small percentage of users out there, ones that will really be doing heavy gaming for extended periods of time. The issue stems from the fact that the power adapter is stemming at 130 watts. It's outputting more power than it is taking in, therefore causing a battery drain, and it'll drain the laptop in about 6 to 6.5 hours if you're playing a heavy duty game. Now, for most of you that are using this for everyday use, you won't really notice this. Now, Dell has identified the issue and has addressed it in a press release, and this is what they said. Dell's identified an issue on a limited quantity of XPS 17 9700 laptops and Precision 5750 mobile workstations, where users may notice that the battery deleting at a higher than expected rate under sustained heavy workloads. And while connected to AC power, Dell has rectified the behavior, and the current orders for the products are unaffected. Dell will contact customers with this potentially affected systems for resolution. Customers may also contact Dell technical support for assistance. Now, I have not experienced any power drain issues on the unit that Dell sent me, so it looks like this might have been resolved. But then again, I cannot speak for everybody. If you're having this issue, let me know in the comments section below. So to bring it all home, can I recommend the Dell XPS 17 9700 here for 2020? And the answer is absolutely. What you're getting is a stunning 17-inch UHC Plus Infinity Edge touch display, which is simply stunning, vibrant, sharp, everything you'd want in a display. It's also got excellent keyboard, precision touchpad. It also has a 10th generation Intel processors paired with that NVIDIA RTX 2060 GPU, giving you some great performance. It has some outstanding speakers for a Windows laptop, although still not quite as good as the MacBook Pro 16. A nice large 97 watt-hour battery, giving you a little bit more than 9.5 hours, which is excellent for a 17-inch laptop. Outstanding build quality, although if you have some of the earlier units, you may have some quality control issues that have been documented. The negatives here, no USB-A, no HDMI, although they do give you a dongle. The carbon fiber is a major fingerprint magnet, and this, of course, is a premium flagship device with a very heavy price tag. And this laptop can run pretty hot, although it maintains pretty good clock speeds, maintaining good performance. That's thanks to that vapor chamber cooling. Now, when it's all said and done, earning my editor's choice for the 17-inch laptop category, making the Dell XPS 17 9700 worth your money. So what do you think about the Dell XPS 17 9700 premium build flagship device? Really, really good. Now, there were a couple of issues regarding the battery drain issue, which Dell has since claimed has been resolved. Let me hear from you in the comment section below. Do you still experience any power drain issue? If you've got one of the newer ones, if you've got one of the early ones that do have this issue, has it been rectified? Have you returned it to Dell? Tell me about your experience in the comment section below. But for the most part, it's actually worked really well, and one of the best 17-inch laptops I've ever used. It's a great all-arounder, in my opinion. Shrinking down the bezels here, looking like a really compact 17-inch laptop, although not the lightest, of course, at about 5.5 pounds. It really is pretty portable for a 17-inch device, although it does have a little bit of heft. Now, as far as gaming, you can certainly game on this laptop thanks to the GPU on this. It's the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 with Max-Q design. Pair that with 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, terabyte of SSD storage, easily upgradable by the user to get inside, upgrade the RAM. There are 2 RAM slots on this, 2 SSD slots for you to expand the storage. Really good in that regard. Really no negatives on this, unless you really did experience that power drain issue, which I think really affected a very small percentage of the users, because most people are not going to be gaming for 6 to 7 hours on the full blast on this on power. But again, it may affect some of you that are hardcore gamers. So hopefully that was rectified and you got a replacement unit, or you got one of the newer units that supposedly doesn't have this issue. Again, I want to hear from you in that comment section below. Now, of course, it's not cheap. This is a flagship device, priced similar to the MacBook 16 that we've recently seen. My unit retails for about $3,100. Right now, you can get it for, I think, $50 off over on Dell.com. I'll put the latest pricing in that link below. Now, if you're interested in the Core i9 variant, that should be coming very soon. So if you're in that market, you might want to wait a week or two more to see what's going to be released as far as a Core i9 is concerned. A great general purpose laptop, in my opinion. It gets the job done with that gorgeous color accurate display that covers the color gamut really, really well. And that display is simply exceptional. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.